The Shakespeare gets the hit. Confirmed. Tatsu DP.
10 years. Red Bull Kumite has been going on for 10 years. See, this year in April marked 10 years of Red Bull Kumite. Can you believe that? This tournament has been showcasing some incredibly ridiculous matchups over the years. And this year's theme was just on the next level of creativity. Shout outs to Big Bird, by the way, for taking it. That man, he went through some monsters to be able to take the day. You see, back in 2021 and 2022, Red Bull actually made a stop here in Nigeria. They had two incredible events, two electrifying venues that they used, and it was just a mark on the Nigeria FGC that we will not forget. So with this 10th anniversary being in 2025, I mean, what a better time to reminisce on those two incredible events that happened. Let's start with 2021. That 2021 was wild. They took this old abandoned power station and transformed it to this dungeon arena. I wish you guys have been there live to see it, because it's not the same as when you go online to watch it. In that tournament, we had 8 very massive players out of the Nigeria FGC come out to compete. However, it was 2 people that stood tall. Chooks at the time was dominating the scene, and Sphinx, who had just come back from the UK at the time, looking to prove a point. He wanted to make a mark on the FGC, and what a better stage to do it than on the Red Bull Kumite stage itself. Both of them blazed through the brackets, taking out gods of the Nigeria FGC. Sphinx even surprised everybody when he took out Kid. Kid was actually one of those favored to take the tournament, but Sphinx was just not letting anything down. He made it to the grand finals, faced off against Chooks himself. They met in the grand finals, and it was intense. It was one of those kind of matches that you had to be there to actually feel the electricity. Sphinx didn't want to let up, but at the end of the day, when it was all said and done, Chooks took the day. I was right there in the cage calling these matches, and believe me, it was pure adrenaline. Not a rush, just unadulterated adrenaline all over the place. It was such an electrifying moment. My guy QD Harry also joined me on the mic, and as always, our duo energy is always unmatched. Also, Nu held it down at the analysis panel as well. He walked the panel with Moses Praise from Super Sports. In fact, Moses Praise had so much fun, he was so hyped. He talked about actually learning a self-defense move watching Sphinx play. Also, shout out to Big Bimmy. That man came in rocking this karate gi, was red, all Ken vibes, like he came ready to represent.
This match. Look, Nu, I have learned to move here, even though I'm not a violent person. But anybody test my patience?
The event was just a spectacle. It was really beautiful, start to finish, and we loved every moment of it. In 2022, these guys went and took over a train station. They transformed the entirety of this place into a mind-blowing, magical arena. It looked like something out of a AAA game, to be honest. And the lineup for this one was nothing short of legendary. You know, Chooks came back, of course, to defend his crown. Ryu Apprentice also came around this time with his international flair, as we all know. And of course, Kid. Kid wanted revenge because he was knocked out in the last one, of course. This one, he needed to make a mark. And unfortunately, the real person for this particular event was none other than Sheikh the Shakespeare. It was his first time coming into a Kumite in Nigeria, one of his first few appearances in tournaments as well, and he had an incredible showing. Sheikh cut through the brackets, taking down some big names to meet Chooks in the final. In that grand finals, my goodness, it was crazy. Chooks pretty much had it in the bag in the last game. If he had won that last round, that was the end. But somehow he was pretty much one hit away to take everything, and Sheikh just pulled something out of nowhere with a comeback attempt that left everybody frozen. But at the end of the day, it took a gutsy DP from Chooks to be able to take that match.
Not over. Not over for Dexter. And the Shakespeare gets the hit. Confirms. Tatsu. DP. Still has one more. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And with that, he became the first person to defend a Red Bull Kumite title. It was historic. That match was so crazy, I lost my voice. Omo, you can't believe the kind of atmosphere that was there that day. QD Harry was there with me, of course, as always, to run the commentary, and it was a vibe as usual. Shout outs to the organizers, by the way. The vision they had for the visuals of the event and the atmosphere was so clear to see. Now, as if that wasn't enough, Red Bull dropped Red Bull login on us. 72 hours of non-stop gaming. This was in 2023. Street Fighter, of course, was a featured game in the tournament as well. And for this one, it was a showcase. Sir Dragon Lord versus Kid. Sir Dragon Lord had knocked out Kid in the just concluded contender tournament. He actually came in all the way from the US to attend that tournament and stayed on to attend Red Bull login as well. Kid wanted redemption, wanted to have his win, and Sir Dragon Lord definitely wanted affirmation of his win. There was beef between them, but I mean, how do you settle it than going into the battle cage again? They ran it back first to 10, a format that leaves no doubt on the table. At the end of the day, Kid came out on top this time. The two played a fantastic match, exactly the kind of entertainment that we were expecting. And of course, I was there calling the matches. I was privileged to also be with QD Harry once again. Obviously, Red Bull gets it. From what they've done with the players, the fans, the storytelling, Red Bull is obviously building something here. And we're here for it. From my end, it's been an absolute honor to have been a part of this as a caster, a fan, and a proud community member. And quite frankly, I can't wait to do this again, because with Red Bull in the mix, it only gets better. Thanks for staying with me as I share these stories. I've actually enjoyed telling them as much as I enjoyed living them. So until next time, stay awesome and keep thriving.